Are you still operating in the unlicensed cannabis market? Well, here's the truth. It might feel profitable now, but it's a ticking time bomb. Today, I'm going to show you why transitioning to a licensed cannabis brand isn't just the smarter move, it's the only move if you want to build a real, sustainable business in this industry. So let's break it down. Welcome to Cannabis Academy. I'm Hi Chris, and I've been in the cannabis industry for over 20 years. I've helped brands like Zodix, which is now in over 100 stores, scale to incredible heights. And I'm here to show you how to build a licensed cannabis brand that thrives. So whether you're new to the industry or hustling in the unlicensed market, I'm here to help you make that transition to the legal side. Because let's be real, cannabis is evolving. If you're not evolving with it, you're going to be left behind. So let's start with the risks of staying unlicensed. I get it, working in the unlicensed market feels safe because it's what you've always done. But here's the problem. Number one is increasing enforcement. States like California, New York, and others are ramping up enforcement against unlicensed sellers. Why? The legal cannabis market generates billions in tax revenue. Governments won't let that unlicensed market continue to take a slice out of that pie. Number two is the legal consequences. In some states, selling unlicensed products can result in steep fines, asset forfeiture, and even jail time. The bigger your operation, the bigger a target you are. Number three is that market shifts are killing the wholesale market. So right now we're at a breaking point in the cannabis market. Prices are below the cost of production and the wholesale market is dying off fast. Overproduction has commoditized cannabis, cutting margins thinner than ever. This shift is causing two major things to happen. Number one, it's cutting out brokers entirely, eliminating the middleman role that many unlicensed operators depend on. Number two, it's making it significantly harder to flip packs and sustain a profit in the unlicensed market. But here's the upside. Raw materials for your licensed cannabis brand are cheaper than they've ever been before. This creates an incredible opportunity to source high quality flower at a fraction of the cost if you make the transition to the licensed side now. I've seen firsthand how this market shift has blindsided participants who didn't adapt in time. But for those who went the licensed brand route, this overproduction meant lower COGS, cost of goods sold, allowing them to dominate retail shelves while others were forced out. So this is the time to pivot before it's too late. The opportunities in the licensed market. Now let's talk about what's waiting for you on the other side. Number one is access to new markets. Licensed brands can sell to dispensaries, collaborate with influencers, and expand into other states or even internationally. Number two is investor interest. Investors are pouring money into licensed cannabis brands because they know the growth potential. So imagine being able to scale your brand with financial backing. Number three, brand longevity. A licensed cannabis brand isn't just a hustle, it's a legacy. Building something that can be sold, franchised, or passed on to the next generation. As an example, look at Zodix, my brand. By going legal, we've partnered with over 100 retailers, expanded internationally, and established ourselves as a luxury lifestyle brand. None of that would have been possible without making the leap to licensing. Addressing the fears of going licensed. Now, I know what you're thinking. Licensing is too expensive. I don't want to deal with compliance. Or maybe you don't know where to start. Let me tell you, I've helped dozens of entrepreneurs just like you overcome these challenges. And here's how. First thing, licensing costs. You don't need to own the license yourself. By partnering with a licensed operator, focus on branding, marketing, and selling without the upfront costs of obtaining a license. Number two is compliance help. Compliance can feel overwhelming, but when you partner with the right operators, they handle the legal side while you focus on building your brand. Number three, starting simplified. You don't need to have it all figured out from day one. I'll show you how to start small and scale as you grow. So one of my students at Cannabis Academy had zero experience in the licensed market. Within 6 months, they partnered with a licensed cultivator, launched their brand, and landed their first deal with retailers. Not only that, they're in over 40 retailers last I checked with them. Why the time to act is now. So here's the harsh reality. The longer you wait, the harder it'll be to enter the licensed market. The competition is growing and the window of opportunity is closing. Dispensaries are already building relationships with established brands. Licensing costs are only going up as demand increases. If you act now, you can position yourself ahead of the curve. By waiting, you risk being left behind. So now that you understand why transitioning to a licensed cannabis brand is essential, you're probably asking, how do I actually do it? So don't worry, I got you covered. In the next video, I'm breaking down the exact steps to build a licensed cannabis brand without owning a license. From finding the right partners to building a unique brand, I'll walk you through it all step by step. So click the next video now and let's start building your dream cannabis brand together.